session. We're gonna get some exercise in. Hey. Welcome everyone to Boss Up and Live Healthy, and I'm Dr. Jamie, the Lifestyle Pharmacist. Ooh, I'm a little out of breath. Woo. So we're gonna be talking about why you need to be in your best state of physical health, because as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as a blogger, your tribe is counting on you to look good and feel good so that you can serve them at your highest capacity. So who is a blogger, an entrepreneur? I have some questions to ask you all. All right, so how many of you are very overwhelmed at times? You feel like you're juggling so many things, trying to be everything to everyone all the time, right? Yeah, me too. So as a wife, as a mother, a sister, a granddaughter, a mom, a girlfriend, significant other, whatever you do for your family, your tribe, your friends, it can be kind of exhausting and tiring, right? So many people put too much on their plates, and to manage their emotions, their feelings, their stress, they sometimes self-medicate with alcohol, with food, right? That gallon of Bluebell ice cream when you're stressed out, when you don't feel good, all those types of things. And it really wreaks havoc on our bodies. So we find ourselves putting on additional weight in our midsections. We do. And we sometimes will hop on the scale and we'll be like, oh my gosh, this number cannot be the number that refers to me. So check her out up here. She's on the scale, but you see she's been eating her potato chips, candy, donuts, all those decadent things. And I've been there before, gotten on the scale and been like, okay, who's pranking me? Has my husband been tinkering with this scale? Has my sister been playing with it? This thing is off. This cannot be my number. Or how about ordering a dress or a garment? Take your measurements and you almost pass out when you wrap that measuring tape around you and you see the number of your measurement, right? Been there. So the stress, the juggling act that we all do can put us in the situation where we're drinking our troubles away at night. We can't go to bed without having a glass or two or three of wine or whatever our favorite cocktail is. But imagine if you are energized and full of vitality at the end of your day, at the end of your conferences, your business meetings, your phone calls. So you're on the couch or spending time with your little ones, laughing it up, spending a good quality time. Or you are at a meeting, you're at work, and you're smiling, you're full of excitement and happiness to be there. How about that? Better yet, you are being in control of what you eat because you are being a chef, as this lady is, holding the cookbook, or you're on the go, but you are going, and feeling and looking fabulous. Imagine that. So I know you all see me here today looking all snatched and beat and put together, right? But this wasn't always the case. It was not always the story. So I'm gonna try not to cry, but if I do, I hope I won't mess up my mascara too much. But there is a different person that really gave birth to what you see now. And there was a time when I really wanted to die. I didn't want to live. I was in my career successful as a pharmacist. I had done what mama and daddy said, go to school, get a good job so that you can take care of yourself, get your own house, get out of my pocket. I did those things. But my personal life was totally in shambles. I was dating who I thought was the man of my dreams. We were planning on getting married. And guess what happened, y'all? He was seeing somebody else. And I couldn't prove it, but you know, as women, we get that feeling in the pit of our stomach, and I knew that joker was doing something, but I could not catch him. But guess when it was revealed to me? When a 3-month-old baby materialized that wasn't mine. Yeah. My boyfriend, who I was planning to spend the rest of my life with, had had a baby with another woman, and she named the baby after him. She did that for me. She gave the baby his name. When I tell you crush, total devastation, And I really was having thoughts of suicide. I really was. The pain, the embarrassment. I was this successful pharmacist at this major academic teaching institution, and this girl on campus, not but a few blocks away, had a baby by my boyfriend that everybody knew, even my colleagues knew, because we were in the medical space, he and I. And so I was really thinking about taking my own life, and I was wearing a mask, I was hiding it, I wasn't telling my friends, my family, even my coworkers. I was pretending when I was seeing my patients. I was just really faking it, you all. But when I would be alone in the break room, in the car driving to work, I was crying. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't think. And I didn't recognize the person looking back at me in the mirror because it wasn't Jamie, it wasn't. And I knew the combinations of drugs, I knew the toxic doses, I knew how to do it, and I was really having those thoughts. And as fate would have it, one of my coworkers joined the gym, and she gave me some passes to go to the gym with her. Now, y'all, I didn't even want to go to work, let alone some extra stuff of going to the gym after work. But out of obligation, being a Southern belle, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and when someone offers you a nice gesture, you want to be accommodating and appreciative. So what did I do? I went to the gym, and I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was really just going so I wouldn't appear like an ungrateful heathen to my sweet colleague who I was really lying to, pretending that everything was okay, and it wasn't. But the most amazing thing happened. Being in that environment where other people were on this journey to improve their lives, it kind of started infiltrating my life indirectly. And I was ear hustling in the gym, listening to them, eavesdropping on their conversations about blogs that they were reading and magazines they subscribed to and the way that they were changing their eating habits. So I was like, I should do that too. So I continued to exercise and my mood improved. I felt happier. I was eating cleaner and healthier. I got back into the Word more because that whole mind, body, spirit thing, y'all, that's real. And I got back into the Word more. I was praying, reading my Bible, and I even started dabbling in the practice of meditation, where I would sit in a quiet space in my house and I would just focus on my breaths and do the series of deep inhalations and exhalations. And those things, the exercise, changing my eating habits, meditating and praying, brought me back from the brink of death. And it was those things that literally saved my life. They did. They did. And so now that gave birth to the Lifestyle Pharmacist. And I used that journey, that transformation that I underwent personally to inspire me and push me to get out into the world and share my story and help other women. So now I'm a best-selling author, I'm a board-certified pharmacist, a media personality, a fabulous speaker, and I am helping women all over the world to be fit, fabulous, and fulfilled without prescribed pills. Yeah. And I was lucky. That antidepressant that my doctor prescribed, I couldn't tolerate the side effects, and she and I worked together to come up with a plan where if I continued to change my lifestyle and she saw me getting stronger and getting better, she was willing to say, okay, we can just stop trying with this medication. And so here's my little disclaimer. I do work with women to try to help them get off their prescribed pills, but there's a process. You can't stop cold turkey, and not everyone can come off of everything. All right, I just want to put that out there. I was fortunate that my depression and my suicidal thoughts, I was able to still heal myself and come back from that without my prescription, but that is not what happens for everyone, okay? I just want to put that out there. All right. So what did I do? I bossed up. I was feeling better, looking better. So my best-selling book, I'm helping women to shop cleaner. We go on grocery trips. I teach them exactly how to shop. I've been nominated for Best Pharmacist, Best Black Pharmacist. Let me throw that in. Best Black Pharmacist in Memphis for 3 years running. And I just love helping other people. So I bossed up. I've been featured in media outlets. I've done some radio. I'm doing some television things. I write for a lot of great publications, been featured a lot of places, and I'm here with you all, right? So that is just like the icing on the cake to be at Blogalicious. And I have something special for you. I'm from the South, and Mama said you never go to anybody's house empty-handed, so I have a gift for you. All right, so my gift is my resource guide, 10 tips for stepping into your fabness. And you can text the word boss, because you all are all bosses and we're bossing up in our health. If you text boss to 345-345, you will get my resource guide. All right, so that is my special gift to you right now. So the time is now to take action. The time is now to boss up. The time is now for you to live the life that you deserve, the life that your family and friends deserve, and definitely the life that you are trying to help build and develop for the people that you serve, your clients, your avatars, the people that you're doing your blogging and your writing for. So the time is now. Your tribe is counting on you. So who has a Facebook group or a Periscope group, any kind of group that you're moderating and leading? So those people are watching you. You may not think that they watch every move you make, every keystroke, every post, but they are watching. So you have to be that example and show them exactly, although this thing looks easy, you make it look glamorous, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into everything that you all are doing. So your tribe is watching you and you owe it to them to give them your best. And your health determines you giving them your best. All right, so I'm gonna give you 5 steps to boss up and live healthy. So, step number 1 is to elevate your mind. Elevate your mind. So we're talking about the mindset. And there's some things that we have to immediately do. We have to stop the negativity. We have to block out all the negativity that floods us on our timelines, in the media, on the news. Anytime you turn on the TV or the radio or just pick up your cell phone, there are negative things just flying at us. And you have to really be careful about what you allow to permeate your life and permeate your brain, because you may not realize it, but it does have an effect. So you may have to make some changes to the things that you read, the things that you watch, the people that you even interact with. That negative friend that's always nagging or telling you what you can or can't do, maybe that's somebody in your family. Avoiding negativity means people, places, and things. And we also need to stop negatively talking to ourselves and about ourselves. I call that negative self-talk. So that, girl, I know you want to do that, but that's so hard. I know you set that, that goal for this quarter, but do you really think you're going to reach that? Or I know you want to quit your job and you're doing, you writing or speaking or whatever, but come on now, you got those bills to pay. Those are negative thoughts that sometimes creep into our minds, and sometimes people around us will say those things. So we have to block out all of those sources and even those people. We cannot live our lives in fear, and we have to remind ourselves and affirm things to ourselves and say it out loud. I am beautiful. I am wonderfully made. I have purpose. I'm here for a reason. I am a boss. Say it to yourself. When you have those minutes, yes, I am a boss. Yes, so if you have those moments of self-doubt, remind yourself, speak over yourself, y'all. Don't wait for somebody else to validate you and tell you. Tell it to yourself. And most definitely, don't let past experiences hold you back. Because if I had allowed what happened in my past to continue to be something that I concentrate on and focus on, I wouldn't be here standing before you today. I would be in a cemetery in Memphis, Tennessee. So don't let those past experiences hinder you. Your past prepares you for what lies ahead. It all happens for a divine reason and purpose. So, mindset. Realign your mind. Step 2, minimize stress. Oh my gosh, we are stressed out. I admit it. I get stressed, you get stressed, we all get stressed. But the thing about it is you can't control the stressful situation. Stress is gonna happen. I had some technical issues, stressful. People had travel delays, stressful. Your room may not have been the way you liked it, stressful. Things happen, but what you can control is the way you respond to the stressful situation. It's about controlling the response. And there's some things that you can do so that you can have a more appropriate and positive reaction or response to the stress, because it will happen and it will continue to happen. I don't have the prescription for that. Stress will continue to happen to you, but I can help you manage it effectively. So we're gonna show stress who the boss is. And there's some things that you definitely can do. One of the things that I love to do, and I have clients that do this, there's literature even supporting it, journaling. There is such transformative power in just journaling. And the amazing thing about journaling is with every stroke of your pen, you can feel that stress just coming out of your body, because it's doing like a brain dump. You have all these thoughts, all these ideas, all these pinned up emotions and frustrations. Get it out of your body, get it out of your head, purge yourself of it and put it on the paper. Let the paper receive all of that. So try to journal daily. If it's a good day, journal. If it's a bad day, journal. Journal every day, all right? Self-care is so important. And as women, we often put everyone and everything before ourselves. And we have this guilt sometimes about dropping the kids off at mom's, or getting a sitter, or telling the husband or the boyfriend or significant other that I'm gonna spend the day by myself and have some me time. You deserve that. You need to do that for yourself, and at least weekly, ladies, to recharge and, spend some time loving on yourself and nurturing yourself. So it could be a manicure, a pedicure, going to the hair salon, treating yourself to a nice dinner, going to a movie, taking a bubble bath. But the point is, it's something for you that you do preferably by yourself, because I have been with people that have said, my clients have even said this, well, I intended to go to a movie, but the kids wanted to come, and so then we went and saw, the latest kiddie movie, and I didn't get to see my movie. Well, that's not self-care for you. That was for them. Do something for yourself. So preferably try to go by yourself and carve that time out and schedule it, because if it's not on your calendar, it's not gonna happen. Something else is gonna creep in and it's gonna take up that time. So just like we schedule everything else, schedule your self-care. Daily if you can, but minimally weekly at a minimum, okay? And then I talked about meditation. That was one of the things that I started dabbling in to help me to cope and to heal. And so meditation, you all, is just about the breaths. And you don't have to do this whole formal full-out meditation and have a meditation space in your home or your office. But if you want to do that, you can. But the idea is a quiet, isolated place where you can dim the lights, and if you want to turn the temperature down so that it's cooler and very comfortable, if you want to get your favorite blanket and kind of snuggle up in it, and you literally just sit in a comfortable position. You could be on the floor or in a chair, and you close your eyes and you just breathe. And you breathe in through your nose and you exhale through your mouth. And what will happen is that you can feel that stress, that boulder just falling right off of you. And you can reset and realign and center yourself. There is power in just the breathing. And so that's what I'm talking about with the meditation. I have also effectively done this when I have been in a meeting and someone was saying all the things to try to press my buttons about the pharmacy budget or the turnaround time, all these things I have to deal with because I still see patients in corporate pharmacy. And it's a business, that's their business. I have my business, but that's their business. And I have had to pause before I responded to something ridiculous that was being said in one of these meetings, and just pause. And I took some deep breaths, y'all, right in the meeting. I didn't make it dramatic, like, oh, let me go get these breaths before I give you your life. No, but I just paused and I did 3 deep breaths before I responded. And my response was so much more appropriate, I believe, than it would have been had I just said whatever came out of my mouth. So the power of the breath allows you to take charge of your response and your reaction and show stress who is calling the shots. You. So don't come unglued, unhinged, go all the way into your, I'm gonna give it to you. No, take a few breaths. All right, so I come from a family of educators. I went against the grain and did this healthcare thing, but my mom's sister, my mom, her sister, my cousins, and even my husband, y'all, I married an educator. So I'm all around these educators, but I'm doing healthcare. But I've learned a thing or two from them along the years when speaking and teaching. Although people are nodding their heads and they're smiling and laughing, give them a pop quiz and see if they were really listening. So you can thank my family for this pop quiz. All right? This is the knowledge check-in. I know you'll ace it. So question 1, which of the following is an example of self-care, massage, bubble bath, movie, pedicure, all of the above?
All of the above.
All of the above, y'all got it right. All right, so step 3, and this is my favorite. I love to eat. So although I'm relatively slim and fit, I know that as I continue to age, I'm gonna get what my mama calls the Johnson spread. And everybody spreads on out into our womanliness and get real, thick and fine as we call it in the South. But I know that that is to come for me if I don't make my eating habits consistent and clean. So I love to eat, you all. I love, love, love food. So we're gonna talk about step 3, which is eating and drinking clean. So I call this fueling up with freshness. And I talk a lot with my tribe, the Fab Squad, about eating clean and avoiding processed foods. So processed foods are those things that were designed and manufactured by food companies to be convenient for us because we're so busy. And oftentimes we'll pay a premium price in the grocery store sometimes for these added conveniences because the food is relatively prepped and ready to go. Pop it in a skillet, stir it around. After a few moments, voila, you have a complete meal with, some pasta or some veggies, some sauce, whatever was in that bag. You can do the same thing in the microwave with one of these complete meals. These meals come in boxes. They come frozen. You run them in the oven. But the thing about these processed foods, they're really not that convenient for us if we take an inventory of our total health because they're loaded with unhealthy fats, so trans fats are in some of them, saturated fats, lots and lots of sugar, and an insane amount of salt. And all of these things are wreaking havoc on our bodies. So I want to encourage you all to avoid those processed foods and eat what I call our clean foods. And these are foods the way that our mamas and grandmamas used to cook, where it was fresh food. It wasn't this microwavable, ready to go stuff. So lean cuts of protein that are grilled, baked, broiled, or smoked. So whatever types of meat you like, we're not frying them, okay? But we're gonna prepare them in a cleaner way. We're gonna eat fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. You can even eat frozen, but with the frozen vegetables, I recommend the steamables that have zero sauce. So like the green beans, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, they have steamable vegetables. So that is a time saver and those are okay and they are pretty low in the sodium. But fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains and nuts and cooking and preparing your meals and snacks at home. So that's how you really stay in control of what goes into your food because if you are being the chef and cooking them yourself, then you know exactly what oil you're using, how much seasoning, what type of seasoning. So that's what I mean by eating clean. And most definitely using fresh herbs, using some aromatics like lemon, lime, oranges, using that citrus. If you use fresh peppers, all of those flavors add an additional level of flavor to your meals. And so you don't have to load it up with seasoned salt or Cajun seasoning that has a lot of additional salt that we're really trying to minimize. So using those fresh aromatics and definitely hydrating ourselves with water. And this is one where people have had great success if they are on a weight loss journey just by removing sugary juices and sodas from their diets. You can lose an enormous amount of weight and then maintain your weight just by removing some of those beverages that we don't think about that are loaded with so much sugar. So we each have a water goal. Everybody's number in here is different. And I'm gonna be honest, since I've been out of town these last few days, I have not met my water goal. I'm gonna be honest, full disclosure. We each have a number and you know what your number is. You take your weight, you divide it in half, and that is the number of ounces of water you should drink every day. So we each have a number, all right? And we don't have to go around the room and share, but we each have a goal that we can work up to, all right? So hydrating with water and eating clean. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say and I'm gonna move on. I could stay on this slide all day. I love to talk about food. But in order to eat clean, you have to shop clean, you all. And when I say shop clean, that means go to the grocery store prepared with a game plan. So make a list, eat a small snack before you go. Don't go hungry because all of your will and your sensibilities And control will go out of the window because your stomach and your eyes will hijack that grocery shopping trip and you'll be dumping stuff in there that you had no intention on getting, okay? And try to shop the perimeter of the store. Those are the outermost edges of the store because that's where the fresh produce is, that's where the lean protein is. So, and the low-fat dairy, all of those things are in the perimeter of the store. So try to avoid those booby traps that are waiting for us on the aisles, okay? As much as you can. All right, so step 4, make time for exercise. And y'all did a little bit of movement, a little bit of exercise with me when we got started. And one thing I like to tell people about exercise is that it doesn't have to be this long, drawn out, complicated thing. Exercise can be anything that you enjoy, and dancing even counts. So make some time for your exercise. So how can you do that? Exercise can be anything, really. So for guys or even women, they get out into the lawn and they may want to do some gardening. They're active, they're pulling weeds, and some women even mow their lawns. I have a neighbor, she mows her own yard. She says that's her exercise. So it can be whatever you enjoy doing. Zumba, kickboxing, Pilates, yoga, whatever you enjoy doing. And if you want to make it an activity for your friends or your family, incorporate some other people in with you and have that exercise accountability buddy. And that may help you all to stay in integrity with yourselves and with each other and say, girl, I know you're tired. I am too. But let's go ahead and at least get 30 minutes in. You know, we can just get on the elliptical if we don't do anything else. Or we can just go for a walk around the neighborhood. Or let's take our dogs for a walk. Exercise can be fun, and it can even work for you at home and even at work. So taking the stairs instead of the elevators, parking far away from the entrance if you're running errands or going to a meeting. So those are additional ways that you can just stay active, because when we're active, it helps us to maintain a healthy weight, it helps us to manage stress, it helps us to keep our muscle strength and stamina, because all that starts to go as we age. So exercising is very important. And we really should try to get 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise a week. So that's like something like a brisk walk would count as moderate intensity. But 150 minutes, how am I going to do that? I don't have that kind of time. Yes, you do. If you just do some exercises on the commercial breaks while you're watching TV, right? I mean, simple things where you can get up a few minutes early and you can do some jumping jacks, or you can do some sit-ups or push-ups or whatever right in your bedroom. You don't have to always go to the gym. So those minutes will add up, and at the end of the week, before you know it, you will have your 150 minutes. And we also need to do muscle building exercises at least 2 times a week, because we talked about that muscle strength and stamina. So 2 times a week, some type of light weights, 2 or 3 pounds, or you can even use your own body weight, the resistance from your body weight, but where we're working all of our muscles in our body. So 150 minutes, and then 2 days of some type of light weights. All right, make it fun. We're here, you all are maybe going out by the pool. You can do some sit-ups and do some things out there. They have yoga sessions going on. So even while we travel, we can still make exercise fun. And dance. Sometimes I cut on the music in my living room and you would think I was at a party, because I'm just going, but it counts as exercise. All right, so another pop quiz. Processed foods are a great addition to your lifestyle because they save you time. False, y'all got it? All right, and this one, oh my gosh. Endorphins, AKA happy hormones, are released during exercise that stabilize the mood and help you to reduce your stress and anxiety levels. What do you think? True or false? True. Yes. So this is the last step. Step 5 to bossing up and living healthy is not skimping on sleep, ladies. And I know as creatives, as tribe leaders, as boss ladies, boss women, you sometimes burn the candle at both ends. You stay up late trying to meet a deadline or trying to finish up that blog post, or you're on a conference call, you're working on a presentation, you're working on your offer. We learned a lot of things if you all were in the VIP session yesterday, and we need to go back and add some things to our customer journey. You're gonna stay up all night and get it done. No, you need to go to bed. Because after a point, you're not as focused and you're really not achieving the results that you would if you were sharper and if you were rested. And So there are ways that you can do that. You have to establish a routine. You have to make sleep just as much of a priority in your life as the other elements that we talked about. So getting into a habit and setting a schedule where you have a bedtime. How many of you are moms or you are, okay, we got some moms. So does your child have a bedtime or had a bedtime? Right, and growing up, I had a bedtime. Well, even as grown-ass women, y'all, we need to have a bedtime, seriously. So if your cutoff point is 10 o'clock or 10:30 or earlier, if you want to go to bed earlier, that's great. But the idea is to set a time that you will prepare for bed, start winding down and having a ritual. So taking a hot bubble bath and starting to dim the lights in your home. And if you want to cut on some relaxing and soothing music, read a book to kind of help unwind. If you want to do your journaling before you close your eyes and go to bed. But establish a routine that you will be consistent with, whether you're at home or you're away traveling for work or business. Okay, so it's all about making your sleep a priority, because when we are sleep deprived and fatigued, guess what? That affects our weight, because being sleep deprived, these hunger hormones that we naturally release, I'm not going to get too technical, but our bodies release these hunger hormones that tell us when we're hungry and when we're full. And they get totally out of whack when you are sleep deprived. And you'll find yourself eating more and eating things that are not the healthiest. Because if you are up late and you want to run out and get something, what's open? The late night munchies, right? The healthy options aren't available for you if you're going to run out and get something and it's the wee hours of the night. Or if the breakfast places are, you can get you some pancakes and waffles and bacon and all that kind of stuff because you're up, you're still working. Oh, but I'm so hungry, I'm up, I have to get me something to eat. So you may see that your weight maintenance and your weight loss journey is being hindered because you're not getting that sleep. They are related. Weight gain and sleep deprivation are related. Okay, so set a schedule, make it a priority, go to bed, okay? All right, so we're gonna do what I'm calling a pink slip celebration. And does everyone have a pink slip?
Yes.
All right, so we have all worked in some capacity or are working in some capacity now. And when you work for someone else, if you haven't yet been delivered and you're working full-time as an entrepreneur or a creative, there is an opportunity for you to be presented with a pink slip at any time if you're working corporately for someone else. So guess what? I'm giving you a pink slip. All right, I'm giving you a pink slip today, but this pink slip is for your lifestyle. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about eating, sleeping, exercise, stress management. So I want us to take a few minutes and think about some of the things that you need to fire from your life. Is it negativity? Is it self-doubt? Whatever those things are for you, I want you to give them life by putting them on the paper in your own handwriting. So you have been given a pink slip, but this is not a sad pink slip. This is a celebration because you are firing those things from your life today and for forever after today. And you can take this home with you. You can pack it. You can put it on your, board by your desk if you have a bulletin board, or put it on your refrigerator if you want to put it in your office. But all of us have some areas that we can kind of clean up and tidy up in our lives. I know for me, I need to do better with my water because I have fallen short with that. What else can I do? When I get really stressed out, I have breakouts with acne. So I need to do a little bit better with consistently doing my breaths and trying to channel some of that anxiety that I feel sometimes. So those are two things that I'm definitely gonna fire today. So this is a celebration of getting fired. And if anybody wants to share, I don't have to be the only one that talks. All right here.
I said I wanted to fire doing everything myself, self-doubt, procrastination, panicking, stressing,
Yes!
saying and not doing, working on my health, organization, and anxiety.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome, okay.
Mine is lack of exercise. I need to exercise more.
Okay.
Focus, that's my thing is focusing. Eating healthier, more water, clean
Okay.
foods, and that's gonna be shopping and just kind of taking, because I'm the mom, I have my husband who likes to eat like the ribs, like that, so I just have to take more control of the household. for
Yeah.
instance. And negativity from conversations with people, my own self-thoughts about, career and things of that nature. So I just
Yes.
need to let all that stuff.
Yes, wonderful.
Dr.
Love it, love it, love it. Over here, somebody had a comment, want to share?
So my biggest thing is excuses.
Ooh.
Every single excuse not to go to the gym, and I've been defaulting a lot to client work, like, oh, well, I gotta get this done. And so I can easily justify not going.
Yeah.
Because it's in my calendar, and my gym is literally less than like half a mile.
Oh.
It's like around the block. In comparison. So I need to prioritizing my client work over my health. I'm also going to cut down alcohol more and more, and then late night eating is
Yeah.
the biggest problem for
Yeah.
me. My husband and I, we just like 9, 10 o'clock, we sit down on the couch and we just eat a snack, and then eat like sweet snacks, and we like eat. And the problem is he's a big guy. He's like 6'3", like 200 something, and so I find myself pacing him. So I think that I just need to cut, have a deadline for eating and just leave it, because I think that's honestly why I've just been gaining weight, because I eat fairly healthy, but at night.
Yeah, yeah. Over here?
And I'm going to eliminate clutter from my life.
Ooh.
I'm going to get organized, and I'm going to eliminate the processed foods, because even though I try to eat healthy most of the time,
Yeah.
with not having the time to plan, sometimes I end up eating bad stuff.
Mhm.
Then to staying up late at night trying to get the last little bit done, not getting my full rest.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue to increase my water. Some days I do really well with that, and some days I don't. And I'm definitely going to increase the meditation, because it makes a huge difference.
Awesome, thanks for sharing. So, the theme for this conference is Tribe Up. And this is the Bossed Up Living Healthy Tribe. That's what we are. All right, so we're going to do a tribal call. All right, and so essentially this is us just yelling or screaming to the top of our voices, I will boss up. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when I go home, but starting today. And we're saying will because we are going to affirm and commit in front of all these witnesses so they can see us and hold us accountable throughout the rest of the conference, right? Because we are taking a vow, we are affirming out loud that we will boss up. So we're going to do one to kind of warm up, get the juices flowing, get those vocal cords warmed up, all right? So I'm going to say, I will boss up, and then I want y'all to say, I will boss up. All right, ladies, I will boss up. I will boss up. That was good. We're going to do it one more time and see if y'all can top that, but that was a really, really, really great start. And for those of you who have sat with a voice coach or speaking coach, sometimes they'll say you have to do these exercises with your throat. And so I had a coach and he told me I had to do this. A, E, I, O, ooh. And so that's how I kind of warmed up myself before I came down.
Okay.
All right, so that's something else you can try if you want to use that. All right, so one more time. I will boss up. I will boss up. Yes. So the book is called The Busy Woman's 21-Day Guide to Clean Eating. And there's going to be an author's table somewhere on property today, and I'll have autographed copies of my book for sale today, and they're $20 here for Blogalicious. They're a different price out in the world, but for you all, it's gonna be $20. And the book is a guidebook. So for 21 days, I take the guesswork out of how to clean up your eating habits. So I give you 21 breakfast items, lunches, dinners, and a snack bank. And I also give you some fundamentals and baseline understanding of nutrition, so unlocking the facts on fat, how much sodium we should eat, what types of oils we should cook with. So it goes through those principles in the book. But it takes all the excuses, it takes all the guesswork out of it, because I tell you what to cook, what time that you should cook the food and eat it, and I give you the recipe. So 21 days of meals just for you.
Delicious. Okay. And is it just for women?
Well, men can do it too, but I wrote it in my voice like I'm talking to my girlfriends. I wrote it with you all in mind.
Okay.
But if you have a male that you want to share it with, then feel free, because the meals are still relevant. And the fundamentals of nutrition, anyone can use those. But I kind of speak in our language.
Right.
Yeah. All right, what else? Yes.
I have a bunch of questions. So,
Okay.
so I was looking online, and so basically a gallon of water is 128 ounces, so is that too much water to drink? I mean, I know you can drink too much water, but is a gallon okay? Just to make it easy.
So a gallon of water is fine, especially with us being more active. And when we sweat and we're active, we lose nutrients, we lose electrolytes, we lose water. Even just walking around living, we lose water. So a gallon of water, especially if you're a person that's being more active, is totally fine. So that's kind of like a general, baseline. You'll hear a lot of personal trainers and a lot of people just out online saying, well, if you don't do anything else, just try to drink a gallon of water. It won't get you into trouble unless you have some type of health condition where your doctor has said we need to limit your fluid intake. That's really one of the only situations where I could see that you would want to kind of not do that. So people that have heart disease, they have to watch their water intake, and people that have kidney disease, so they're getting dialysis, if they're on kidney dialysis. But those are the things that come to mind in terms of people who would want to watch or restrict their water intake. But for someone like you, you'll be fine.
Cool, good to know. And
Yep.
then what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? My dad does this thing where he doesn't eat from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, which sounds doable, especially given my goal to stop late night eating.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just want to know your opinion on it.
So I don't have a problem with it. I tell people to do what works for you and what you can be consistent at, because it's really the consistency with whatever you do that will achieve the result. So if you're a person who really needs to not eat certain times of the day because maybe those tempting places or tempting items are more readily available to you and you want to cut that off, and the only way you can do that and be in control is to not eat during those times, then fine. But it's really about consistency and doing whatever works for you. And I don't do diets. Diets don't work. I don't recommend diets. It's all about a lifestyle change. So if you can incorporate that consistently into your lifestyle, into your eating habit, then fine. But this week I'm doing this, and I saw this thing, and now I'm just gonna eat pickles, and I'm just gonna eat cabbage. I'm just gonna, all these things that I'm just gonna drink this tea. And I hope that's no shade. Okay, but we have to have proper nutrition, and nutrients and minerals and vitamins are in foods that we need. There's certain things that our bodies cannot make on their own, and we need to bring those into our bodies, okay? But the intermittent fasting, if that works for you and your dad, and you all can be consistent in that, but still eat those clean, healthy, nutrient-dense meals when you do eat, then hey, fine. Yep, awesome questions. What else? All right, we got another one. All right.
Do you have an opinion of I think it's like Garcinia Cambodia, or I don't know, Cambodia. Yeah.
What's that, an herb?
Yeah, it's a herb. It helps to increase metabolism, increase appetite. It's a nice source. I've done it. Every little thing helps, but at the end of the day, you know what you eat, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So what is that called? Garcinia Cambogia. Garcinia. Cambogia.
And so with any herbals, you all, I'm very pro, natural and things that come from the earth. But if you all are taking any prescription medications, before you start any type of nutraceutical or herbal, talk to your healthcare provider or a pharmacist, just so that we could do like a drug interaction check and make sure that nothing is going to cause an interaction that could be detrimental to you. Okay. But if it's something that you can achieve a benefit from, it's not going to have a lot of, yucky, nasty side effects or interact with any drugs, then hey. So like garlic people use cinnamon. I mean, there are a lot of herbals that have great utility in incorporating them to a healthy, well-balanced diet and exercise regimen. Yes?
So I do a bunch of clean eating.
Yeah?
All the other stuff, but I'm just now starting to incorporate acupuncture.
Acupuncture, yes.
Primarily for stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have any thoughts about that.
So I have not done it personally, but it's something on my list to do. Acupuncture is great for helping to relieve stress. People that have different pain syndromes even have resolution or better management or control of their pain with acupuncture. And for those that are having some reproductive challenges, acupuncture is also added into those regimens as well. So acupuncture is awesome. And I'm gonna add, I have that on my list. I haven't done it yet. Yep.
And
Yeah.
fun fact about acupuncture, I just started doing is that if it's out of kind of, it's cost prohibitive, with community acupuncture now,
Ooh.
where you can go and you only, you just roll up your sleeves or you wear a t-shirt or like shorts and you just do
Those
parts,
areas.
so you're in a room with other people.
Okay.
It's way less expensive.
Okay.
I mean, my place sliding scale. I think it's $20 to $50 a session. You can just stand there, nap,
Yeah.
chill. Yeah, it's nice.
Awesome.
Where do you live?
Washington D.C.
Oh, I don't know if they have that where I live, but I'm gonna check into it. It's a lot of people from the DMV here at this conference, so a lot of good connections being made. Yep. Well, I want to thank you all for coming to the session. And thank you for your participation, because y'all made it fun. All right? All right. Get the resource guide, 345-345.
And we will come get you. You know what?
Yes.
This conference where we're getting so much information
Yeah.
on like the social media and
Yeah.
just the business. This is such a key part because if we're not at our best,
Right.
we can't do well in any.
No.
So this was a very important
Yes.
session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what session I wanted to come to, but I'm really happy.
Well, thank you for coming, girlfriend.
Yeah, because what I struggle, so I'm the owner of a t-shirt company called Mess in a Bottle.
Okay.
And we're like pretty booming right now. Like,
Yeah.
It's expanding beyond.
Ooh, your capacity at the moment. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and like I have a son, I'm a single mom.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to juggle a million things.
Yes.
And it's been really, really like stressful,
Yeah.
very
So
this is
overwhelming.
important.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was. And it
yes.
was necessary for me to get the information. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Oh,
and I
my
appreciate you being
pleasure.
vulnerable and letting
Yeah.
us know about your struggles.
Yeah.
Because I think that a lot of people like we hide behind the
Yes.
computer. And I think it's important as business owners as well, like for us to be able to be transparent to say I'm having a rough day.
Yes.
I'm really big on social media. Like everyone thinks they know me now, especially because my slight fame, I guess. what's happening. So, you know, it's funny, like I post things on social media if I'm having a bad, because I'd say the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
I'm not only gonna say when I'm making money and it's
Right.
everything. I'm gonna tell you the speed chase I had to go through to make sure I followed UPS to get the packages, to
Right.
get it out. You know, so I share the bad, and like some days, like I'm sharing if I'm down, if I'm crying, what's wrong, and my mom and other people are like, oh my God, are you cutting your wrist? What's happening? You
Yeah.
know, like they take, because of social media now,
Yes.
everyone thinks that if you're sad, I'm like, these are emotions.
Yes, I'm
Have you
human.
ever heard of them? Have you ever connected
Yes.
with them? Like, I'm not gonna be happy every day. Like,
Absolutely.
You know? So I like to share that because I think it normalizes me.
Absolutely.
Even though, like I said, it makes people now think they know so much of
about you.
And you know, and then these days, especially with social media, no one checks in on you. No one stops to say, hey, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, they see that you're opening a space, or I'm,
Yep.
you know, whatever. I'm at conferences in
Yes.
Miami. They're like, oh, your life is so fab, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, you don't know
Right.
what I had to
Go
do
through.
with my son,
Yes.
or to get this set up, who I had to pay to watch it, you know,
All of
and
that.
being sad that I'm gone, you know, there's so
Yes.
many layers, so
Yes.
I appreciate
Oh,
you.
my
and-
pleasure. And I thank you for sharing that, because a lot of times social media makes it look so easy and so glamorous, but the struggle is real.
Yeah, and
A
I
lo-
think you should incorporate that, definitely
Yeah.
talk about that in your piece. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think that social media now becomes such a mask, and like
It
you said,
does.
you mask being around. A lot of people, when they commit suicide,
Yes.
unfortunately, you don't know that it's like, quote unquote, that bad.
Right.
Because no one is really talking
Yeah.
about it. They're not saying
Yeah.
it. We're not going to therapy sessions.
Right.
You know, there's so much.
That's
so.
true. That's true. So true. Thanks, y'all.